Welcome everybody to Red G5. All right, so today on Friday Fun Facts, you know, we're always going to talk about a person, a character, an actor, and we still will hold to that. But every once in a while, I'm going to change things up. It's still going to be something new, factual, kind of, but interesting about our favorite show, Sanford and Son. This week, like the title says, I had a different idea in mind for this week. But when I came upon this, I said, oh my gosh, look at all these people in it. And I do, excuse me if my voice seems a little bad. I just got a little upset at the officiating in the NFL this last Sunday, including the Rams-Steelers game, the Patriot-Bills game, all day, the terrible officiating. I lost it. I kept yelling. So my voice is not 100%, but fight through it with me. Now, when I came upon this, I saw this clip, and it's funny. In our live show we're going to do coming up about The Patient with Osgood Wilcox, I saw the actor, and he was in Barney Miller. I keep calling it Barney Miller. I've never been a huge fan of the show. I never disliked it. Saw it a few times in my youth days, and you know, I didn't really get it. And I know the actors in it. I know it was a huge popular show, but I saw that it popped up, and it had the same actor, Roscoe Lee Brown, who plays Osgood in Sanford and Son. So I clicked on it and watched it, and man, what an absolute treat. Go watch the show. The episode, I'll tell you right now, Barney Miller, it's called The Escape Artist, Season 1, Episode 11. It's highly rated, 8.7 out of 10 stars. So what you get is you take, now I know it's just the actors, but you get Julio, right, Gregory Sierra. You get Hucklebuck, played by, of course, Ron Glass. And he also appeared in the one To Catch a Thief, remember, with Grady, where he just got out of jail and Grady doesn't trust him. So he's in multiple episodes of Sanford and Son. But Hucklebuck, come on, that's our guy. Julio, Hucklebuck, Osgood, you get that actor, Roscoe, he's in it. And then you also get Timmy the Sign Man. Remember the episode where Fred they come up with that scam with the lucky ticket? The guy who sells them the sign and the lucky ticket scam. He's in that episode, as well as Noam Patik Swanee. So you got all these characters that are like so memorable and huge impacts on Sanford and Son history. And they're all in one episode, multiple scenes together. Swanee, though, he's the director. He directs a lot of the series history. We talked about that on a fun fact about the actor in the past, where I did mention he does direct a lot of these. So let's get right to it. In this episode, you got Harris. That's Ron Glass. And I'm not going to break down the episode. I'm just going to talk a few points on it. This will be a quick one today. So his name's Harris. He's writing a book, and everyone's interested in it. And when you get Chano, that is Julio's character. It's funny when you see him in this. I never really watched it and seen him in it. If you see the last one with Julio, where he's actually in the episode, his final one is where he's going to get, they do the poker game. And you got Arns Crowder. And the way he acts, Julio does seem a little, and from my experience, I'm like, if you watch that, that is not the same Julio from season 3 or even earlier when they first meet him. Season 2, they'll meet Julio. His character changes to where he seems almost modern and more hip. Well, when you actually go and watch this episode, you'll say, there it is. The character he plays, Chano, in this is almost the same Julio we get to see in season 4 of Sanford and Son. He's much more fast talking. He's much more, you know, energetic. Seems like he's just a man about now, like the city now, not someone who might, you know, grow up. Anyways, it's funny. And in this, as he does that, he goes and he interacts with Ron Glass. Harris has some great scenes with him. They even give each other high five. It's so good to see those actors when you know them from Sanford and Son. It's nice to see them in something else, because when we do love the characters, it's also the actors, right? That's one thing we always want to look for in the actors, and this one has a lot of good ones. Besides Abe Vigoda, you know, from The God, that's how I always know him, from The Godfather, and he's in an episode of MacGyver. But he's in it. Charlie Jeffers, that is he plays Charlie Jeffers. That is Roscoe Lee Brown. He plays Osgood in Sanford and Son, and I have to say he's my favorite in this one. He is such a distinguished and so professional and so elegant and classy actor that anything he portrays in this, he's a con artist. He is someone who'd been locked away in jail, and he constantly gets out. He's a con artist. He's a thief. He's an escape artist, and he's the nicest guy in the world. And in it, he even says several times, he'll say things like charming, beautiful, you know, and it reminds me of Osgood from Sanford and Son. But in that, there's one scene, I'll even have a little clip of it on here while we're talking about it. There's one scene where you get interaction between him, Hucklebuck, Julio, you know, the three actors, all doing back and forth. And it's really funny. It's my favorite part of that whole episode, but it's a really great scene to see them because you feel like you know all of them on a personal level, even though we know they're just characters. But it's so nice. You know, you got a smile. I had a smile on my face the whole time watching it going, hey, this is so cool. This is something that I never even paid attention to as a Sanford and Son fan. I know Gregory Sierra went to it, but a lot of times I'm like, oh, okay, they go one thing. You might see an episode here and there. But like I said, when you got 5 different people from Sanford and Son in this episode as it goes through, and they all interact with each other. That's what I really like. If you are a big Barney Miller fan, comment in the comment section. Have you watched it? Have you ever given it a try? I would definitely say if you are a Sanford and Son fan, which is the reason you're in this channel, and you've never gotten into Barney Miller, this is the one to go watch and get a feel for it, because you feel comfortable. You know, you feel like you're going over to a family member's house or you're meeting a bunch of new people, and it turns out half of them there are friends you already know. So Swanee was the director, Noam Patik. In this, Harris is writing a book, you know, about crime scenes or about a huge investigation. And it's a gag that goes on through the show, I guess, when I read about it. But in this episode, he talks about it. And Chano, which is Julio, he talks to him about it. And everything on it is so good. It's a really good show to start watching if you're going to get into it. And in this, you got Hal Linden, who's the main Barney Miller. And he has great interaction with Roscoe, who's Osgood, who's also in this one. He is, Jefferson. Great back and forth with them. And it's funny, if you actually talk to cops, from what I've read upon everything, all the real police officers say this is the most realistic police show ever. They're all NYPD Blue, all those other ones that you want to put out there. It doesn't matter. This was the one that every officer said, because the action will happen out there in the streets like you see in the action shows. But you only get a little bit of that. Most of the time, you are back in the office like this, writing the reports, spending most of your days there, and all these quirky police officers who have their weird traits are like this on the show. So go give it a watch. As a Sanford and Son fan, I promise you won't be disappointed. Great laughs, and it's so fun to see these guys all together at one time. And as just if someone's looking for a new show, I would give Barney Miller a try. And if you've already seen it, and maybe this episode got past you, go give it a try. So that is it for Fun Facts. Like I said, I had a different one in mind. We'll get to that next week. But this one, I just saw it, and I'm like, you know what? This is something that I think is very cool, very fun, and it's something all Sanford and Son fans should know. So thank you very much. Before I go, don't forget, tomorrow night, Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Times, we're going to see Roscoe. We're going to see him play Osgood. We're going to get to watch that episode together. You'll stream it. You'll watch it on your TV. I'll watch it here on my DVD player, and we'll chat about it, have laughs about it, and then talk afterwards about anything Sanford and Son and have a good time. So don't miss out. We want to keep this growing just like our subscribers are growing and our channel's growing. And go look at the news poll question and What's That Episode Wednesday trivia question. Both of them, hopefully very interesting, and one you guys will enjoy. Now, talk to you guys later. Peace.